Welcome. This is the wisdom of the Avadhut Gita. Ramana Maharshi was widely regarded to exemplify its teachings. Listen, reflect, and deeply meditate. Know yourself. This is Richard Clarke. Today I'll read from and comment on Chapter 2 of the Avadhut Gita, verses 19 and 20, about this transcendent state of consciousness, and I'll provide an inquiry for each verse to deepen your experience. Verse 19. This transcendent state of consciousness is reached by those who are free from attachment and aversion, ever engaged in doing good to all living beings, whose knowledge is firmly rooted, and who are patient. Verse 20. The yogi is merged with the divine after leaving the body, as the jar space is merged in the cosmic space on the destruction of the jar. My comments. Let's explore these verses from the Avadhut Gita in the context of Ramana Maharshi's teachings. I'll explain each verse and give you a corresponding self-inquiry. Verse 19, this transcendent state of consciousness is reached by those who are free from attachment and aversion, ever engaged in doing good to all living beings, whose knowledge is firmly rooted, and who are patient. In verse 19, the Avadhut emphasizes a transcendent state of consciousness. In this, you go beyond attachment and aversion, and naturally do good for all beings. You know there is no difference, nothing to gain, nothing to lose. This is rooted in profound self-knowledge, deeply grounded in your consciousness and existence, and patient. Patience is needed since you're breaking down the habits and tendencies of a lifetime. For most of us, this takes time and patience. The habits are ingrained. We take them for reality. Ramana Maharshi tells us that this leads to self-realization, where you realize your essential nature beyond the limitations of the mind. So inquire, do I know my own true nature? How can I cultivate self-knowledge and awareness? In verse 20, the Avadhut tells that the self-realized merge with the cosmic space after leaving the physical body. He likens this merging to the space within a jar being absorbed in cosmic space when the jar is broken. Maharshi says that just as the space within the jar always existed within the larger space, our individual consciousness merges into the universal consciousness called Brahman upon death. We seem to merge. We were never different to begin with. So inquire, how do I see the relationship between what seems to be my individual consciousness and the universal consciousness, between myself, and the self. Are they different or are they one? Ramana Maharshi's teachings emphasize self-inquiry and direct experience. Ramana tells us that a consistent practice is needed until your life is taken up with the inquiry. The self-inquiries provided are meant to guide you in exploring the verses on a personal level and gaining direct insight into their meaning. So inquire, know yourself, and be always free and at peace. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Ramana Maharshi video, subscribe, like, and send me a comment.